Does it say live? It says
Yep.
live. Hello, everybody. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I have to check it. Okay, welcome everybody. Susan Bachelder here, and I'm here with my unstoppable partner, Tammy Montgomery.
Hey, Susan, how's it going tonight?
Good, good. My sound still okay?
It's perfect. There's no glitch. The sound's great. I love it.
Perfect. They've, in our absence, I think it was about 6 weeks, there's been some updates to the Google Hangout platform. So I'm kind of excited because we were having trouble with the streaming for a little while. So maybe it's good that we took a break.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm really excited to be here. The Google Hangout platform, where we share value and training like so many times over the last few years, and Tammy and I a lot over the last year, has been the most effective method of not just lead generation like we're talking about tonight, but building relationships, closing sales, um, offering value, and personal growth. Because the more we talk to you guys, the more we grow ourselves. So it's very much all on purpose. It's just really great. And so I love this platform. Without further ado, I guess I'll introduce our topic and then hand it over to Tammy. So the art of lead generation. We decided now, back in January, we did a lead generation hangout as well. And do go back and watch that. If you don't have the link, just ask us or any other members that invited you for that link, because there's some real kind of neat golden nuggets in there. But we just gave a little bit because it was just open to the public, and it's very good to just give an introduction, and then once you're on the inside, we just release it all. Well, tonight we're revealing everything. We're going to give you our best lead generation strategies. We're going to dig right in, um, and just give it to you, because the lead generation is absolutely the most important part of any business, offline or online. It's crucial for your business, and it should be a main focus. Lots of people make it painful, and it really shouldn't be that painful. And you should use multiple strategies and do it daily, daily action. So we're in the second month of our 90-day push, and it just seems fitting to start June 1st with a really great topic and something that excites us on the daily, and that we already do really well, and we aim to always keep on improving on our lead generation. So over to you, Tammy.
Okay. Cool. I'm excited to talk about this topic tonight, and I just had to write something down so I don't forget it. So, quite a few things that I think people have to understand is, number one, that we're just really down to earth people. We don't give fluff; we give actual facts. And so, just to back up a little bit about me. I can't talk tonight, Susan. Is I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I've actually been in this industry for about 7 years, a top-tier industry. And so when I came upon this industry, I knew that it was going to be real simple for me to just simply invite and send people to a website. So it really boils down to that, and letting that website do all the telling and selling. And just literally, because I didn't want to be on the phone, I didn't want to be doing rubbing belly to belly. We never teach any of those strategies here. So I wanted a lifestyle business. I think that's one of the key things that people are looking for. And Susan and I, we've found it here. I think a lot of times we get questions like, well, number one, how long does this take to work on your, business every single day? So we get a lot of questions for time, like time, cost, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to lay it out tonight. I think the biggest thing, like I said, is that I needed to find something that was simple, and I know a lot of people do. So simple systems, simple lead generation, so that you're just not strapped constantly to your computer. That's the thing, lifestyle. So when you're working and you're concentrating, then it's only just really one thing. It boils down to leads. That's really 80% of this business. Follow up, of course, like Susan said, building the relationship through, emails, talking on the phone, video, things like that. So, and this is the time, like Susan just said, it's June 1st. It's the time to actually push, where a lot of people are thinking, you know, and I even thought this in the beginning a few years ago. I thought, oh, it's summertime. No one's really going to get into business in the summertime. Wow. I was, sadly mistaken, because it doesn't matter the time of year. People are always looking for money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, money is like oxygen. You have to have it in order to survive. Your bills don't stop in June and July. So why not generate? It's like sort of like, I call it like an ATM machine. You're still kicking out money. You're still putting people through the funnel. So that's what I wanted to start by saying, is just honestly, when Susan and I first started, we didn't have anybody to really show us or let us look over their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So we're very transparent. We do have these live events, and I think it's cool. I mean, it's really awesome what we're creating here with the community. That's what I wanted to say. But as far as lead generation, it does not have to be difficult. I think sometimes I even did a short snippet earlier saying that sometimes there's people they'll say, well, this is what I do, but then they really don't do that because they don't want that method of lead generation to get saturated, if that makes sense. So the lead generation strategies that Susan and I teach, it'll never get saturated. We're never going to run into each other. That's just one thing I wanted to say. So we don't like hold back, especially when you join in. And when you join, of course, us in the business. We should probably say, because a lot of people will ask us, well, number one, why are we qualified to teach lead generation? And so we should maybe tell a little bit about ourselves, in that arena. And if you want to go first, Susan, because you're, the flow queen here with the videos. I do have to say, 2 years ago, I would have not been doing this and not talking on this hangout, guys. So because of Susan, I'm here and I'm talking and I'm comfortable on video. I was always a conference call kind of person. So anyway, back to you. I'll let you kick off that portion.
Okay. So I guess the little bit about me that I'll tell will be the part that relates to lead generation. And the thing is, when I came online just over 4 years ago, I knew nothing about the technical aspect, the social aspect, none of it. I was too shy to even put my profile picture up, let alone get in a video. So I honestly did learn from scratch. And the first way that I started learning how to make money was the technical side. I don't know why. I just chose the hard part. Partly because I thought I could hide behind the website. So I started by building websites, learning SEO, learning how to do the background kind of stuff. And it actually didn't take me that long. I was able to build websites that would attract 10,000 plus targeted visitors. So I would do targeted SEO websites. And so that will kind of justify my skill set there. Now, some of those initial websites they're still bringing in clicks and leads and little sales with 11% commissions, and I just let them run. I don't do a thing about it. 40,000 plus visitors a month. So can I find traffic? Yeah. Do I know how to find the SEO kind of targeted traffic? Yes. So hopefully that qualifies you or qualifies me for you. But what was missing with that is what I was actually craving because of who I've always been in my life. And I had a 15-year critical care registered nurse career. That's what I was craving, is the people. So I had to get past my shyness and figure out how to do lead generation and connect with people beyond the shyness. So that's when I got into video and social media and using all the different platforms for lead generation. So that's now what I focus on more. And that's why I'm here. It kind of became a very passionate thing for me to help other people like Tammy share their story and come out on video and do lead generation and relationship building in that way. And that is by far the most effective way of doing targeted lead generation, by far. So big, like, hint, golden nugget right there.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. And I'm glad you shared that portion. Every time we talk, we learn something more about one another, which is cool. Like you said, when we first started working together a year ago, what we found out was that we were inspiring each other. And then all of a sudden we're like inspiring people that were joining. And it's like, it's like a snowball and a snowball effect. And like you said, you have the skill set to literally take someone out of their shell, like me, that did not want to get on video, and put the goal in their mind, like, you can absolutely do it. I absolutely believe in you. You can absolutely do it. It is a lot of this is mindset, guys, like we've discussed before on many, many other webinars. We did a special private webinar together. It is mindset. Okay. So it boils down to really anything in life, whether you want to, I don't know, plan a vacation. I mean, you got to get into the fact of, I'm going to do this, right? Sometimes people are even scared of walking out their door. I mean, there's a lot of paranoias in this life that I think we sometimes put a mental block up. So with lead generation, I want everybody to just relax tonight, take some notes and just understand that this is not difficult. This is not hard stuff. So if I can get on a Google Hangout and do this kind of stuff, then I know you guys can implement some of these simple strategies. But I think the basic thing is that you, Susan, you make people feel comfortable in the fact of your training, a lot of the mindset training that people do listen to. Of course, I have for a year. I just think that it's your training, like, in other words, what you were a critical care nurse, but now you're like taking care of people. You know what I'm saying? Like in a different sense, in a different way. Myself, just to quickly say this before we get into my portion of lead generation, is that I always knew that no matter what, whether we were selling real estate or closing a mortgage transaction, you needed people, and you needed people to come through the front door. If you don't have people in your business, and like Susan said, if you are a accountant, if you're an attorney, I go to a fitness center now, you have to market. Like Michael Gerber says, you may have a skill, but if no one knows about your skill set, then you won't have a business, and soon you will be closed. So without funding and proper marketing, your business will not survive. And that's the reason why we see a lot of people in this industry, especially, fail, because they are not getting enough flow into their funnel, into their sales funnel. That's what we're going to use some of those terms tonight. So I've always done this. I mean, it's been in my blood to do marketing and advertising. I just know that if you don't have people to talk to or customers, then you're going to be out of business. It's basically if someone works a 9 to 5, if they don't have people coming into their store or whatever, they won't have a job. It's so basic, but yeah, a lot of people forget these concepts. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's what I wanted to start out with. Back to you.
I'm going to feed off of a little bit of what you said, Tammy. And for all of you that are listening, what we each just shared, we shared some of our skill sets and some of our strengths within the conversation. That right there is a style of targeted lead generation that some people don't even conceptualize is powerful. Let me explain a little bit more. And that's why video is so important. So if somebody happens upon your video because they're doing a search, and then they start watching and they resonate either with how you're talking, what you're talking about, the fact that you're delivering value, they're going to want to know more. They're going to want to know you. They're going to keep on watching. You're generating leads right there. So that's why video is so powerful, and that's why you should do video on purpose, because you're generating, like, you might be thinking that you're recording the video just to share the value or convert a sale, but you're actually generating a lead if you're doing it on purpose, sharing your skills, your value, your personality, the magic of you, kind of thing. That's lead generation right there. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the simple yet most powerful lead generation that people aren't thinking about it. So if you go into the video, if you go into the message, if you go into the recording of the video thinking, I'm generating leads, I'm attracting people into my inner space, you'll do it more effectively even.
Exactly. That was right there. That was a gold.
Mm-hmm. So you don't have to have dollar signs in your head. You don't have to be like, don't jump the gun and I got to close sales. I got to get the dollars. Don't think about that. Just think about connecting with people. Bring people in, invite them in. Come on, come hang out with me. Nobody wants to be sold.
No.
Right?
Yeah, we never sell.
And just invite and mingle. Come on over, have a cup of coffee or have a drink, like that kind of easy, comfortable invite. And they'll feel quite comfortable coming a little closer.
Yeah.
That's
we talked about Tim Hortons coffee first, I think, you and I.
Yep.
You were just like, you got to come over for some coffee. And I'm like, okay, I got to fly up to Canada.
Exactly. Just
video marketing is amazing. It really is for lead generation.
Yeah.
And when I stumbled upon it, it was by fluke accident. So should I share my BlackBerry story? I've shared it before. So I'm just a non-techie person, and Susan knows that I just love connecting with people, and I'm just a happy-go-lucky Tammy, right? Tammy likes to have fun. Tammy likes to joke. So anyway, I said to my son one day, I said, you know what? I see all these people, even my sponsors, doing videos. I wonder if there's something to this. And he's like, well, let's check it out. You know, let's try it out. And thanks for the text, guys. While I'm doing live, I'm getting distracted. Don't text. Oh, some people want to hop on. They're already saying Susan with us. Okay, cool. Steve, that sounds good. When I did a video from my BlackBerry, I just didn't expect that it was going to create $100,000. So I didn't have that in my mind, like Susan just said. I didn't have the monetary, like, you know what, this video is going to create $100,000 for me. I better do it. No, what I was thinking was, number one, the heck, what am I going to say? Number two, how do I figure this thing out? And number three, you know, how do I get it uploaded to YouTube or whatever? So anyway, my son Robbie, this is pre-Susan, right? Figured out how to get it onto YouTube. So, I mean, I held it out here and I was just like, man, I do not want to do this. But, I mean, I did it. And then I showed a screenshot of all these payments coming in. And then I put it on a capture page. I don't even know how I did it, Susan. But that video created that $100,000. You know what I mean? And in a few months' time, you know what I mean? But I was just like blown away. I was, okay, there's something to it. So I started studying video. So I had to say that story. So if people think that we are video experts, like we started out, no, that's the farthest thing from the truth. But I tell people, they'll say, well, what is your number one strategy? What do you like? I'll be honest with them, because the people that are doing YouTube videos and talking about phone broadcasting, it's not necessarily that phone broadcasting that's getting them the leads and sales. It's the video. So you got to be honest. Like I was saying earlier, if you're going to talk about, honesty here, and if I get a lead from Craigslist and the Craigslist lead says to me, well, where do you get leads from? I'll say, well, where did you find me? Craigslist. So that's where you can advertise. It's kind of simple, right? If you're running an advertisement in a newspaper and the lead's coming from the newspaper, then that's where you advertise.
Exactly.
So back at you. I had to tell that one though.
So we've covered video. Obviously, video is our favorite because we could just go on and on for it. Mm-hmm. And this is video on YouTube, live video on the social platforms, video uploaded to Facebook, Twitter. Like, it doesn't matter where. You choose your poison, or do them all, but definitely video. Now, after video, and if you really don't want to do video yet, should we list our other lead generation?
Sure.
Okay. So probably there's three of the next most popular that the two of us use effectively. Now that's all we're going to talk about tonight. The lead generation strategies that we're using right now actively and that do convert to sales. Because of course I'm always testing other lead generation strategies as well. And actually Tammy tested some recently and it didn't convert, so then we don't do it. So we won't talk about those. But the next three kind of hottest ones is ordering, click traffic, classifieds, right? And content.
Right.
So which one should we talk about first? They're all great.
Yeah, they're all good. Well, if you want to cover the click, and then I'll cover the classifieds, and then okay.
And then I'll do content.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So click traffic. You want to be careful when you're ordering click traffic and research your resources, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves into. We do share the resources that we're using, and I don't just willy-nilly just grab a solo ad vendor or a click provider and just like go I don't
hog
know.
wild with it.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Hog wild. I needed some weird word there. Anyway, so you make sure that you research the source, question us, ask us what we're actively using or whatever, and then do test. Always do a test. When you order your traffic, you want to make sure that everything is in place in your funnel so that those leads, those clicks that you're generating are flowing through. Always test, like 10 times test that capture page. Make sure that you have a good capture page. All of this is a part of lead generation. Then once you test, if it's working, then you order a little bit more. So that's what I really want to say about click traffic is it's not one and the same. Like they're not all created equal, for sure. So it's a little bit more expensive than most of the other options. But these people, most of the clicks that you're going to get are targeted. They've already bought something or many things. It's just the possibilities of them buying again are quite high. So that's why that kind of traffic is really good.
Okay.
And we do have specific training on that too, but I guess we could probably leave it at that. You want to do classifieds?
Yeah. Is there any way that if you guys have any questions, like if you want to post under, I've like blown up my whole Facebook wall today with this webinar. So existing members, if you want to just post on my Facebook timeline that I'm getting these texts right now, if you don't want to, I understand. But you know what? The more that we learn, the better. You can even post it in the private Facebook group if you want. Don't be shy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll watch on my phone too. If there's any questions, just tag us and ask us questions.
Exactly. Just to like post on Susan's wall or my wall, whatever you guys want to do. But it would be, great to do that instead of texting me because it really kind of distracts me. I appreciate that. And Susan knows it doesn't take much to distract me. Don't distract me. It doesn't take much. I'm telling you.
Bring her back in.
she reels me back in all the time. I'm just like, thank you.
It's such a hard word. Oh my goodness.
I wish I could share my screen for this part for the back page in Craigslist. Do you think I can?
Sure, if you want to.
Okay. All right. So some people are not familiar with the 1 second here. With back page in Craigslist. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So in the beginning, what I did was I did a ton of these myself, and I still do. I still post myself in the top 20 cities. You can understand when you're full time, sometimes you twiddle your thumbs and like you want to be productive. You don't want to just sit there at the screen saying, what do I do next? So this is what I tell people. There's always places for free, and this is a free strategy. There's always places for free. So you want to post in some of the top cities. Okay. So I'm always, because this is my love is right here. This is my favorite state. And we lived there for 3 years. So I'm always posting in like Phoenix. So you click on Phoenix, you click on whatever, but I'm always posting in the top 20 because Backpage really does pull in big ticket sales. I don't care whether they need so many in the time that I've been doing that. It's just incredible. If people don't want to do this, then don't do it, because it'll be more for us. But you go to the Biz Ops section and you post in there. It's real easy to do. As you can see, there's tons and tons of people that are doing that different. Of course, I do have some better videos once you do join us in the programs, and I do a lot of Facebook Live. See, you can see even some of our team members on there. But what you do is you post an ad in the services, and then in the Biz Ops, and then your city. It's really not hard recorded, so you can go back through this. And again, we teach like a 90 to 120 minute strategy. We have our DMO. So these actually populate, you know, of course that's an old figure, but that was just from January. But what you can do is you can, you know, put your titles in, something that's different. We're always marketing the fact that we survived crashes. That's basically our marketing hook is what they call it. And then you can put your body right here in that. And then of course you keep going down and you scroll down, and that's when you click continue. So I'm not going to do one, Susan, obviously. So that's just kind of what I do every single day, and it works. Absolutely. I mean, it's brilliant. And you can, if you don't have a guy it took me 9 months to find this guy, and you actually get his information. You can get Backpage ads. You just simply post if you want. But honestly, it's a great way to get leads and cash flow coming in. It's a great .com. That's most traffic. I can't talk tonight site. The other one is, of course, Craigslist. That's the granddaddy of them all. Craigslist. I'm not going to actually show my account because for reasons, well, let's just say every time I do show my account for sound, I'm just going to be totally honest tonight and transparent, Susan. But yeah, if you go to Craigslist.org, people in the States can use Craigslist. Again, I don't have an outsourcer right now. A lot of people, I do not have anybody that can post on Craigslist. Actually, my training in the group is working for a lot of people, the Craigslist. And so you can post, you got to be careful. And I know Steve will be asking me about this because he's right now doing a lot of Craigslist ads. You can create your, what they call a Craigslist PVA, which is a phone. You get your phone verified account, and then you get your email, and then you're ready to go on Craigslist. Boom, you can put up an ad. That's how fast you can get ads up. So when people say, well, how long does it really start to do right after I join? That's the number one question I've been getting lately. What do I do next after I join? Well, you advertise. That's it. So cool. And like within hours, like you get your link and you can start advertising with our training.
Yeah, exactly. And whether we're talking about video or ordering clicks, which could be solo ads or media buys, or you're talking about classifieds, all of them need consistent daily action, like every day. So if you're choosing and you should have more than one lead generation strategy. Of course, get good at one and then add another so that you're focusing and doing them well. But do them every day. So it doesn't mean you have to record a new video every day, but do something with your existing videos every single day. Check them, maybe make sure that the title makes sense, or the title has keywords in it that would attract the right people to it. Check your description, maybe change something in the description, check your keywords, share it in social media. And once I get into content, I'll show you how to just massively increase your lead generation if you add content to your lead generation strategy. Classifieds, like literally every day you're posting your classifieds. Otherwise, you're not doing lead generation enough. every single day. Even if you're taking a day off, you should do somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes of on purpose lead generation. I can't stress that enough. And that's where we get into the art of lead generation. So the art is mastering it, being consistent, and changing it, tweaking it so that it's more and more effective all the time.
Exactly. And can I like add on to what with it is like a lot of people will ask you and I, well, what copy do we use? Can we use yours and things like that? Number one, you learn parts of ours, if that makes sense. Like the basis of the hook, like, you know, callback, I'm saying, like would have, you know, callback team. You can use that kind of wording, but obviously you're not two stay-at-home moms that could survive too. So you got to come up with your whatever, ex mortgage broker is what I used to use. You know what I mean? So you have to come up with that, and then you can structure them in the Facebook, your ads around. So when Susan says marketing is art, you do have to, you know, make it really attractive in what I call direct response or curiosity marketing is what will get those leads pulled. So like they're going to be like, well, what the heck's two stay-at-home moms? You know, you guys were curious enough to come to us, and that's why you're listening to us now. So you got to pull that kind of that thing in. So we have a lot of people on the team doing this already. It totally works for them. And that's just what you want to do. You want to stand out. You want to look different. You don't want to market the company yourself. Absolutely. So that's what I wanted to say on the classified. You know what I mean? Because like you guys just saw, like all right? You got to stand out. That's why I tell people all the time. I mean, there's just like zillions of people page in that section, and so it's a very targeted section. There's a lot of those people on that in that category right there that are not. They don't have training like this. So you want to target those people and you want to say, wow, what I got is this. And two stay-at-home moms create 6 figures a year. So you can use that kind of wording. You can piggyback off of what Susan and I are doing right now, because they do until they get on and they take the training wheels off. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about it.
Absolutely. So, social media or content?
Whatever you think. Because I don't do content. Well, I'll do with videos. I'm not a writer or a blogger, so never figured that out. I'm a direct response marketer. Yeah, right. Do it. I'd love to.
Should I cover it or should I leave it for a whole separate hangout?
That's an idea.
I could.
Want to do social then?
Okay, we'll do social. So check back with us. We'll do a whole separate video, and I'll talk about how I use everything else we talked about and tie it in with content marketing. It's powerful shit. I mean, stuff. It's Oops. I said I was going to
do it. Yeah, you did. You did, Freddie.
Okay, so social media. So we both use social media a lot. Oh my goodness.
We were going to try to be good tonight.
Yeah, we were going to try.
This is what happens, guys. I mean, even at live.
Okay. No more fighting.
Okay, I'll try to, maybe I'll turn the camera off so you can't see me. We won't laugh.
Like that one time you put your hand up. I can't, it's your face. I can't look at your face.
Yeah.
What, this face?
I remember that one.
Like, what's wrong with my face?
Oh man.
Okay, so social media. We both use social media back and forth, and we each come at social media at a different angle. So So we should both really talk about social media. So what I
Sure.
do in social media is I post different topics and at different times of the day, and I'm always switching it up because I know that the people I'm connected with on all the different social media platforms are interested in and will engage in a different style of post. So I strategically do the different posts. So some are personal, some are lifestyle, some are value, some are a little bossy, like just telling it how it is kind of thing. And so that is very much on purpose. So it would be a really good idea, and this is all to do with lead generation, is speak to who you're connected to, speak to who your target audience is, and try to figure out what their language is, what resonates with them, what will reach them, what will impact them, what will inspire them. Humor is always really good. You want to impact in and create an emotion that will attract them in and generate them as a lead.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to show proof, and we have actually a training on, I forget what we called it, but something about to share proof or not, and how
Oh
to
yeah.
share proof with some class.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to be bold, and sometimes you have to share just enough proof so that people like feel a little bit more comfortable, and trust you a little bit more. And that's some lead generation, and then that pulls you into the topic of follow up and conversions too, right? You're going to convert them once you gain their trust, but it's still, you're going to generate a lead by gaining trust as well. But definitely, especially in anything social, whether it's video or a social media post, just be real. You have to stand out, you have to stand up. um, just be true to who you are, because once they get to know you on the other side, if you're something different, you're going to lose them anyways, right? Contrast is really effective for catching their eye, and I mean the very first key of lead generation is getting their eyeballs on your stuff, right? So it all
Right.
starts with getting their eyes. So what's the first thing that attracts people's eyes? Pictures of your face. Please don't put a scenic picture on your social media. Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, people are very attracted to faces. So even like change your profile picture once in a while. Do put pictures of your face, activities. People love families. People love babies. Just find some baby and take a picture with them. Like your neighbor's baby. Go running over there. Take a picture with the baby, or dogs,
I go to the
or
dog store. I go to the pet store plus my dogs. Yeah.
and people love those pictures, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so mix it up. If you only do lifestyle, they won't have in their mind, when they're looking at your lifestyle stuff, they won't have in their mind that yes, you are doing business. It's a money making thing. So that's another good reason to mix it up, with social media. Share little pieces of you. If you dump your whole story all at once, that might just not do it. Like, I guess if it's a really compelling story, but just a little piece here, a little piece there, something funny, something. Sometimes you can share something tragic, but be scrupulous about that. Like, think about how that might affect the people that are watching, and sometimes it's better to keep our junk to ourselves. So do try to share like the good parts. I mean, be real, of course, too, but
Yep.
you want to share mostly good stuff. There's enough bad stuff in the news and all over the place. So that's kind of my take on social media. And don't be stingy. This is the last thing I'll say, and then I'll hand it over to you, Tammy. Don't be like scarce and stingy about liking other people's posts and commenting on their threads. There's a few reasons for that. One of them is SEO. All of the platforms will, if you're engaging on other people's posts, whether it's Twitter and you're retweeting or liking other people's content, or Facebook, all of the platforms, they have background coding that if you're an engager, they're going to show your content to more people. So there's that reason. And also people like their posts to be engaged upon. So they'll be more generous with you and comment and like your posts if you're also engaging on theirs. So don't be, even if they've got a link to their opportunity on their post, don't worry about it. What comes around goes around, like it ebb and flow. So be generous. Share, if somebody does a great video or a great post, share it, comment on it. Just be generous. It'll come back to you.
Yeah. Yes, it will come back to you because I do that. There's a kind of a rule is I try to spend 70% of my time when I am on Facebook on other people's stuff. So I'm always like liking or commenting, and a $3,500 sale came in because of that very thing. So many times that's happened. And before you and I met, Susan, I mean, in the one opportunity that we were in together, and that's how we kind of started working together, it was because of that, and they'd see my stuff. So don't think, like Susan said, just because you're giving that person kudos or whatever, well, that's going to come back to you. And it really does work. So this is stuff that's really built, giving you the knowledge today for a 6-figure a year business. It really is.
I want to jump in on that point right there.
Okay, cool.
Case in point, now, right here, what's happening right here is proof that works. Why are Tommy and I working together? Because we were commenting on each other's posts.
Yeah.
How did we start getting to know each other? And then now we are, okay, I said I wasn't going to use my potty mouth. Partners. I was going to say something. I just wanted to go
and see how much fun we have. She's just
them.
Yeah, we need to literally like shock them tonight.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, like at first I was like, who is this lady with the lava lamp in the back? And she's really kind of goofy, and I'm goofy. So I actually talked to her some point.
Who are you calling goofy? Come on.
You are. Let's admit it. So I said to her, do you like this like opportunity? And she's like, no, not really. And I'm like, I don't either. And so so it began.
Holy shit, she's honest too.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, she doesn't sugarcoat this stuff, And then I started asking her, well, and all this knowledge, it was like mirrored, like everything was like mirrored in common, even though we're so different. And it was the strangest thing. So when you guys think that, like, you got to get out of your shell, is all I can say, because I've transitioned so much. I mean, I've lost 107 pounds because of hanging around with Susan. When you're like that, it's an actual life change when you do meet people online. You know what I mean? I had to say that tonight at some point. You knew I was going to put that little thing in there, but it's the truth.
So never be afraid.
Because we said never be afraid, because your life can absolutely change. Whoops, we're getting feedback. Dang it. I knew this. Say that last part again, because it didn't come through. Nope, I have no pages open.
Okay.
That was weird.
Just doing a thing then.
Yeah, it's just delaying a teeny bit.
It's
so
because,
like, so don't.
You're giving too much value, and the hangout was going like, whoa.
Yeah, hold back. Wait, they just dropped the $10,000 nugget. And this, like I said, you don't make it work. I mean, this is what we do. We don't call it work. Like, we just being with people and getting to know people on the phone is my favorite thing. Like, I got to know 5 people today. I got to meet 5 new friends. Where can you do that? Like, where can you do that in a profession? Sure, if you're a nurse, but the friends that I like to meet are the ones that like to, you know what I mean? Oh gosh, I could name them out. Fenton I think you're on it right now, and you probably are. You guys are all like our new friends. You know what I mean? Um, it's amazing. Like the 2 new people that joined today, the 2 new Unstoppables, they're our new friends. You know, Rodney, welcome by the way. And more about it. Now they're going to be making friends, and they're going to be making connections, and they're going to be changing their lives. And that's what it's. A lead generation turns into more like family.
Absolutely.
That's the, prospects, and then into our family, because they see what we have, and they see how happy we are, and that we're almost traveling all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
And so kind of on that point, I'd like to also point out with lead generation, get comfortable with it. Like some parts of it might be monotonous, but and some part, like do the parts that you don't like so much first. Like, so if you don't like posting the classified ads, you find it too boring or whatever, like me, I couldn't stand doing the classified ads, so I just refused to do it. But I did it until as long as I needed to. So do what you got to do, and then do that first. Maybe, what's that saying? The biggest bite of the elephant. Take that
frog first or something.
Eat the frog first. Yeah, that one. That's is fitting. And then do the parts that you love after that. Yeah, but just do it consistently and effectively. And the time is now. So,
well, the cool thing too about like Craigslist every day, that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's every 48 hours you're in that's to get them up, then you don't have to. Yeah. Just like videos. It's like your 24/7 salesperson.
Yeah, exactly. Once they're up, they're up.
Yep.
Even like, don't waste your Facebook live streams. Even if you record a Facebook live stream and you've got some value in there, make sure that you download it. Then even if you have to trim it or just take a piece out of it, upload it to YouTube, edit it, and then leave it there, because then it's on. Like, never forget about YouTube. It doesn't matter how much the live stream is. YouTube is the #2 search engine for a reason. People searching and watching YouTube videos all the time. So take your videos that you're putting out in social media and everything, and put them up onto YouTube, and repurpose them, multi-purpose them. Send them out in your emails.
That's
repost them in social media. Get them out there. In your ads, everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lots of action. You can get a lot of lead generation done in a 2-hour period every day. Lots.
Oh yeah.
If that's what you're focusing on.
Like, I tell people is that
obsessive about
that's exactly it.
Yeah. So picture, I'll go back to just like the beginning, if that's okay, Tammy, like real simple, just for anybody, if you're watching and some of this is kind of too much and overwhelming you, just picture that a funnel, the shape of a funnel that you would pour liquid into to help you get it into a smaller place. So picture the top of it. You need to fill that thing up like as much as possible. That's your lead generation. And then as the funnel comes narrower, that's where you start selecting, or the leads themselves are choosing either not to open your emails, not to follow you anymore, or not to click on your links. But they're still sitting in the funnel. They might, like some people have bought from us over the last year that either one of us or both of us have known for 6 months, 2 years. Just because they don't buy right away within the first month doesn't mean that they're not going to. But they sit in that funnel, and then as they come closer to the bottom, they get to know you more. That's where your follow-up comes through, and then at the bottom is the conversion and the sale. So that funnel needs to be really full. One of the things, especially with click traffic,
Yes.
that we both get really, really often is I ordered 200 clicks and I didn't get any sales. You have to do it again, and you have to keep on feeding, keep on talking to them. That's where the multi-touch marketing that comes in, but that's a whole nother hour topic. That's another webinar for another day.
Exactly. And I think what you just hit on the head was because like really perfect, because we get a lot of times people will say, well, how fast can I make money? I've gotten that question 3 times today. And I say, number one, disclaimer, we can never, ever say how fast you can make money. We can only give of past and what we've done. Like, we're not fortune tellers. If I was a fortune teller, then I would be over in Sedona. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fortune teller, so this is the thing. It's a business. It's just like Subway. When you buy into a Subway franchise, there's no way of Subway to say to you, you're going to make the first million in 5 years or whatever. So this is a business. This is a business that you take pride in. Obviously, like a business and not a hobby, because I think a lot of times people, they get that twisted. Like, this is not a hobby to Susan and I. We have multiple 6 figures that we create every year, but because we show up and because we put in work, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's not work to us, it's fun, but we do this, and it's simple lead generation strategies. It all boils down to, we don't, like Susan said in the beginning, we don't sell. I never wanted to get into this to be a salesperson and knocking down people's doors. That's crazy. So that's just kind of one of the things, is like, it's just, it's a beautiful thing when it all gels and it starts coming together. And what really I love is team members having 4-figure days, and then hearing all these success stories. That's really what's so fun.
Exactly.
For you and I.
Yep. Exactly. And if you're not sure,
because we set out to create 100 6 figures this year.
Yes.
100 6-figure earners, I mean.
Yep. And we'll do it. Are you frozen?
No, I was actually just waiting for it to catch up, because like I'll hear the talk. It's weird. All of a sudden I'm getting that.
Yeah, we have lots of lag right now. Lots of lag right now. So maybe we should, we're at the top of the hour, Tammy. Maybe we should close out, because the quality of the video gets terrible when we're lagging.
Sure.
Okay.
Pretty much covered what I wanted to tonight.
It might be the time of night and the internet is slow. Do you have any closing thoughts?
That is, I guess, considering joining or whatever, connect with myself or Susan after this, get back to the person that invited you to this, and just understand and know that we're literally lead generating maniacs. I mean, there's like some days that I get inundated with too many leads. You know what I'm saying? So you're never going to have a lack of leads coming in or strategies. And like I said, that's one of our biggest things, is to close out with knowing that, you know what I mean? And when you're new and you have someone like to teach you, then hang on tight, because I wish I would have had a mentor to teach me what we're teaching everybody. Say, Susan, thank you very much, and thanks for being an unstoppable business partner and friend.
Thank you, Tammy. I totally agree with what you said, and yeah, just get back with whoever invited you. If it was us, get back with us, and if it was one of our members, get back with them. Everybody in our inner circle and our members gets all of the value that we share. That's what we're here for. We will probably be doing these weekly webinars / Google Hangouts again, because we really like them and they work extremely well, not just for us, but our members. So we'll probably get back into that. And yeah, if we shared value with you, and if you had an aha moment, if you feel like you learned something, give us a shout. Back to that, don't be in the scarcity mindset. Jump on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you're connected with us. Give us a shout. We just gave you massive value, so we deserve a shout out. And if other people and your friends see that you're hanging out with people who are moving and shaking and creating success, that lifts you up as well. So don't hold back, and trust me, we'll edify you in return. But definitely give us a shout out in social media. Let's all lift each other up. We all deserve it. We deserve the absolute best last thought of the day. You deserve to be your most awesome self. You deserve to love yourself. So do yourself a favor and just step into your limitless potential. Do some massive lead generation. Expand your freedom by making more money. That's how it works. Thank you, Tammy. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too. You're awesome. I love these hangouts. That's where it all began.
And we'll see all of you in the next video.